weren't tired. It helped a lot in their defense, as well as when we would turn the ball over, they would go execute on the other end.
They were really tough. They were definitely a more seasoned team. They've been here before. They know what to expect, and they know how to play together. And they really do know how to force the ball. And overall, just a very good, well-balanced team.
And then what did it mean to have all that support? I mean, that cheerleading squad there's a lot of people there. So, I mean, what did it have? I mean, it's kind of support from the
It's
school.
been 9 years, I think, since Lovington girls have been here. And so, the last 3 years, we've lost in overtime to get here by 2 and by 3. So we were knocking on the door just to not get it done. And that's what I told them in the locker room was, if we'd have gotten here a year or 2 earlier, that prepares you. I was boys coach at Lovington for 11 years. I think we were here 8 of them. And it just, now those young kids, they know what it's like. And, you build on that. And that's what Kirtland has going right now. I bet all those girls were here last year. I think they returned everybody. So, they weren't very wide-eyed about it. It was business as usual for them.
Chief, what was it like for you to be back up here coaching again after all those years?
I know I was coach. My last game I coached here was '99, the boys state championship game for Lovington, and so it's been 27 years. So I was glad to get back. Obviously, I mean, I told our girls, I just wish everybody had seen us be more us. I really didn't feel like we gave a very good account of what it took to get here. We've been hard-nosed, didn't quit. I just thought that, we just didn't do that. So I feel bad about that. But man, this is New Mexico State basketball. I wanted them to experience this. I wanted them to see how their fans, even if their team's not playing, are going to be here, and the quality of basketball that's here. So you have to be in person to really enjoy it and really experience it.
Did you guys win that game in '99?
We lost it to St. Mike's State Championship game. That's back when we had played 4 games in 4 days. And a friend of mine was their coach. They played 3 and 3, so I told them that's why we retired. but yeah, so it's been 27 years between games here.
Ashton, let's start with you. What did it mean for you guys to just get to play in the pit, especially as seniors?
Well, like Coach said, we've been to the first round the last 3 years, and we've been knocking on that door, and now being able to play here, it's been such a privilege, as well as our season, executing most games and just playing together as a team and for each other. It's been such a pleasure to play on this team.
We've been, just like Ashton said, we've been knocking on that door, and I remember us freshman year saying that we're going to get to the pit before we graduate, and we made that goal, and we achieved it. I just wish that we kind of went a little further than that, but the experience in general, just being able to be here, being able to play in such a big place, and knowing that all eyes are on you, it gives you adrenaline, and it also kind of puts it in perspective on just how big basketball is to a lot of people, and just being able to play that sport is such a privilege.
And then last thing is just how you always going to remember this team, like 10, 20 years down the line.
Well, if you knew our season, these were only 2 seniors. We were real young. I had 8th graders, 9th graders, 2 9th graders starting. We lost a starter last week to a knee injury, and we weren't very deep anyway. So we never quit. We were down 7 with a minute 40 something this year and came back and won. Vertalis had us down 17 starting the 4th week, going on a 19-0 run. So we've always just kind of found a way to just keep playing, and so that's what I remember about this team is that they didn't really play the score. A lot of times we just played the possessions, and that's really important. There's no 10-point plays out there, so you can't get it all back. And unfortunately tonight, we weren't ever winning back-to-back possessions very often. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.